I'm reporting at the Marianas High School cafeteria on Saipan, one of the designated shelters that were activated Monday night throughout the northern Marianas. At 5 a.m. Tuesday morning, CNMI Governor Arnold Palacios officially declared Rota, Tinian, and Saipan under Typhoon Condition 1. Bolaven is arriving.
The 7 o'clock forecast pass does show a passage between Rota and Tinian with those strongest typhoon force winds keeping offshore of both Rota and Tinian. This would be a best case scenario if this track and forecast holds over the next 12 hours. Again, this would be a best case scenario for the CNMI with those strongest typhoon force winds keeping just offshore.
Its closest point of approach is expected around 4 p.m. Tuesday as it passes through the Marianas into the night. The governor's office is asking residents of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota to prepare for Category 2 typhoon, which will bring 96 to 110 mile-per-hour winds.
So this is the typhoon force winds right there in red. Rota is located here. Tinian is right up there, right in the crosshairs of this tropical cyclone. Any northward deviation would bring these tropical or these typhoon force winds over Tinian and Saipan, and any southward deviation would bring those typhoon force winds over Rota. Right now, it looks pretty good, but there may be a little bit of a wobble of the eye, bringing those course change more toward the west-northwest. So we're going to be watching that closely in the radar imagery.
Early Tuesday morning, at least 79 people were in public shelters. That number is expected to increase as Bolaven nears. At Marianas High School, the youngest resident in the shelter is just 4 weeks old, and the oldest is 71 years old.
It's not their first storm, and for some of them, they're returning shelteries from the last storm. And like the last storm, they're really just nervous, more of what damages the storm might entail and what it may bring, and whether or not they are going to go home and to come back home to a complete structure. We can see the rain picking up, and probably the wind will pick up too later on this afternoon. I try to keep my calm, of course, that's more important, have all the patience.
Meanwhile, the Commonwealth Utilities Corporation is advising residents to prepare for water service interruptions and to fill up water containers, bathtubs, and tanks. They're asking residents to conserve water. CUC says if a power outage occurs during the storm and affects water well pumps, they will prioritize restoring electricity to maintain post-storm water services for the community. Over on Tinian, Mayor Edwin Aldan says funding for fuel is an issue.
We need to start purchasing our fuel because, Tom, here in Tinian, you have to live in, we only have one fuel station and we need to pay before it gets service. They don't take POs. Been telling Homeland Security to drum up the payment for the fuel because they're closing at 12 today. And there is only 700 gallons left in that fuel tank that we desperately need Homeland Security to propose. It's always been Homeland Security that provides fuel for the response for this typhoon. And it's kind of like an issue for us when they say that it's coming, and it's not showing. And I had to fork out the fuel for these departments that are going to respond. DPW, DLNR, DPS, DFIMS. I have to pull out at least minimum of 6 gallons for them.
However, he says they are ready for Bolaven.
We have we have some equipment staged already behind the mayor's office, and we're waiting for further instruction from Homeland Security. But at the same time, we pretty much have the shelters in place at PSS. The TN Health Center has been online since last night. We're just waiting for this thing to come through the CNMI.
Thomas Manglona, KUAM News, Saipan.